Welcome to the PodX studio. Get ready to supercharge your English. We are diving deep into the absolute bedrock of grammar, the paths of speech. Get ready to unlock the power of language with PodX studio. Okay, so let's start it. In grammar, parts of speech are categorized that classify words based on their synthetic function and the meaning they convey within a sentence. They are fundamental building block of language, help us understand how words work together. There are 8 parts of speech in English grammar. There is noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, conjunction, preposition, verb, interjections. Each of these parts of speech, we will cover this in upcoming classes. Now let's move further. What is sentence? You can say sentence starts with the capital letter and ends with the full stop. That is called sentence, and it is divided into the phrase and clause. Let me tell you what is clause. Clause is a group of words having subject and verb. You can say that it is a combination of subject plus verb, and it can give the meaningful sense and cannot give the meaningful sense. We will cover it in upcoming slides. And what is phrase? Phrase will not give the meaningful sense, it will not give the meaningful thoughts, and it is an incomplete sentence, you can say. And the phrase will not have the subject plus verb combination. For example, he goes to school on time. Here, he goes. He is a subject, goes is a verb. So he goes to the school. It is clause. It is giving the meaningful sense. If I will say he goes to the school, yeah, it is giving the meaningful sense, complete thought. But if I will say only on time, you will say what on time. If I will say someone to on time, they will say ask what on time. So it is not giving the meaningful thought, meaningful sense. So that is called the phrase. Let's move further. What is phrase? As I told you, the phrase is a group of words. Remember, group of word, not a single word. It is a group of word, and it will have a lack of subject plus verb combination. It means it will not have subject plus verb combination, and it will not give the meaningful sense or meaningful thought. For example, we are sorry for her departure. It is a noun phrase here. In this sentence, there is a noun phrase. Yeah, as I told you, when we will complete the noun, adverb, preposition in upcoming videos, then you will understand later there is a types of phrases. If we will know what is noun, what is adverb, then after we can recognize that what is noun phrase, what is adverb phrase. We will see it into the upcoming classes. So here, her departure. In this first example, her departure. If I will say her departure, you will ask what her departure. It is not giving the meaningful sense or the meaningful thought. That's why it's a phrase here. The second example, he works very slowly. Again, very slowly is a phrase. It is not have the subject plus verb combination again, but he works have the subject plus verb combination. That's why it is a clause. But very slowly is a phrase. It is not having the subject plus verb combination. Okay, let's move further to third point. In the end, we all have to die. Again, we all have to die is giving the meaningful sense, but in the end, is not giving the meaningful sense and not having the subject plus verb combination. That's why it's a phrase here. Fourth one, he is a man of kind nature. Kind nature, again, it's not giving the meaningful sense, not having the subject plus verb combination. That's why it's a phrase here. Let's move further. What is clause? Clause is a group of words that contains subject plus verb combination. It will have the subject plus verb combination, and it can and cannot give the meaningful sense. A clause may or may not give complete meaningful sense or its own. Okay, it can and cannot, and it is divided into 2 parts. That is called independent clause and dependent clause. Independent clause will give always a meaningful sense. Second, dependent clause will not give the meaningful sense. Remember these things. For example, if he comes, I will go. If he comes is a dependent clause. Dependent means will not give the meaningful sense. If he comes, it have no meaning, but it have the subject plus verb combination, but it's not giving the meaningful sense. But I will go, it is giving the meaningful sense, and it's a complete thought. That's why it's an independent. Second example, he said that he would come. He said is independent. Of course, it's saying to someone. That's why it has the subject plus verb combination, and it's giving the meaningful sense as well. But that he would come is dependent clause. It is not sure that he would come. It is not giving the meaningful sense as well. That's why it's dependent clause. Let's move further as well. Sentence. Sentence, it starts with the capital letter and end up with full stop. And it will have the subject plus verb combination, and it will always give you the meaningful sense. That's called sentence. For example, I will meet you at office or at home. Here it will have the subject I, and will meet will be the verb. So here it is an independent clause. Why? Because it is giving the meaningful sense. I will meet you. That is complete thought. And second example, as he was ill, he could not attend office. Here the subject is he, as he was ill. Subject is he, and was is a verb as well. And it is he as he was ill. It is a dependent clause. Needs more information. Requires more information. As he was ill. He is not saying he is ill. As he is saying, it is saying that as he was ill. That's why we need more information. It is not complete. It is not giving the complete sense. And the second one is he could not attend office. It is giving the full meaningful sense. He could not attend the office. It is having the subject plus verb combination. That's why it's a complete thought, complete meaningful sense. The third example, he said that he would come. Here, he said that. He is a subject and the said is a verb. It is giving the complete thought and a complete sense and a meaningful sense. He said that. That's why here it is an independent clause. But dependent clause will have the subject plus verb combination but will not give the meaningful sense. That's why here he would come. It's a probability. Not sure. Not giving the meaningful sense. Okay. Let's move to the fourth one. Unless you work hard, you will not succeed. Here again the subject, unless you work hard, use a verb. It will have the subject plus verb combination as well. Work is a verb and hard. It is a dependent clause. Set condition, not complete alone. It is again not sure, like not giving the meaningful sense. Independent clause, you will not succeed. It is confirmed. Confirmed. You will not succeed. This sentence is confirmed. It will have subject, you, and verb, succeed, will not succeed, like that. And it's a complete thought. It is confirmed. But unless you work hard, it's not confirmed as well. The fifth one, Ram is his friend were busy. It is an independent clause. Why? Because it has subject plus verb combination and it's giving the meaningful sense. Ram and his friend were busy. There is no probability. It is confirmed. That's why it's an independent clause. That is all for today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon so you never miss any episode. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and stay tuned. Stay PodX.